Welcome to Module 1. In this module, you'll edit one of Convertri's existing template pages and learn how to change the default text style, how to swap images, how to add entirely new elements into the page, how to move and resize sections of the page using Shift Resize and Shift Drag, how to use snap lines, and how adding new elements affects the mobile view. First of all, download and unzip the Module 1 Resources folder, which contains images needed in this module. Next, open your Funnels page and click the Import Funnel button in the top right of the screen. Paste in the shared funnel code you'll find in this document. Next, click Import. You'll be asked whether to create this funnel now or later. Click on Create Now and choose the domain you want your funnel to be on. Click Create and the Module 1 funnel will open. Click on Template page in the Module 1 funnel to open it in the page editor. This module is going to involve a lot of selecting and moving elements, so let's make that a bit easier for ourselves. From the top toolbar, select Display, and in the drop-down menu, click to switch Element Outlines to On. Pink outlines will now appear around every element on the page. You can now more easily see that this page consists of a header bearing an image of a company logo, a YouTube video element, an image of an arrow pointing right, a panel which acts as a container for text elements and a form which itself contains various form elements, and a footer panel containing two text elements. The following steps will take you through the process of customizing this template page as you might do for your own product or service. We'll change fonts, swap and add images and move sections of the page around. Step 2. Changing default text styles. First of all, let's change the font used in the template. You may have your own house style that you wish to use on this page. Rather than selecting and changing each text element, we can do this in just one step by changing the default text style. But first, the font we need is not included as default in Convertri, so we'll have to add it. Click Fonts in the top toolbar, and then click Import from Google in the left-hand menu. Search for Anton. And then click Import next to its name. Then just close the font manager. Then go to the top toolbar and select Page. The Page Settings menu will appear. Default Text Styles is the second option on the left-hand menu. We can now choose which font family to use for paragraph, heading 1, heading 2, and hyperlink text. Change each of these from Roboto to Anton. Then press Done to close the menu. Step 3. Changing images. Next, you'll want to change the image in the header to one of your own company's logo. Changing the images is a simple way to replace one image with another while keeping all associated formatting. Click on this image element. Its outline will turn blue. The Properties panel on the right-hand side of the screen should automatically switch on to display options for images. If it's not already open, just click the blue Element Properties button on the Quick Actions toolbar to open it. Then click Change Image. The Media Gallery will open. In this example, we will replace the logo with an image from this module's Resources folder. To save time and keep things tidy, let's create a new folder and upload all the images in one go. So click New Folder in the top right-hand corner of the Media Gallery. Give this folder a new name and click OK. Then select this folder in the left-hand menu. To upload the files into this folder, click on Upload. Navigate to the location in which you unzipped this module's files. Hold down Shift and select them all. Then click Open. All the image files will be uploaded. Click on the Flash logo image and click Select. The Media Gallery will close and you will see that the previous logo image has been replaced. Here's an optional mini exercise for you. Change the YouTube video. The YouTube video can be exchanged in a very similar way. Just select the element and select YouTube Properties in the Properties panel. In the YouTube video URL or ID field, replace the address. And that's that. Step 4. Adding new elements to the page. For the purposes of this exercise, let's imagine that it's necessary to add an image of a jellyfish under the Forms section of the container on the right side of the page. Let's begin by importing the image. Select Image from the element tray. Import the jellyfish image by clicking on the jellyfish image you uploaded with the other resources. Then click Select. The jellyfish will appear in the middle of your screen. Next, we'll need to make some space for it in the container on the right. Notice though that if we were to enlarge the container outline enough for the jellyfish, it would overlap the page's footer. That would mean we would need to make further adjustments to the page. If we were working on a longer or more complex page, this could be a considerable task. Fortunately, Convertri can automatically take care of this problem with Shift plus Resize. Holding down Shift while resizing the container, like this, will cause all elements below that container to automatically readjust around its new size. Hold down Shift and lengthen the container enough to approximately contain the jellyfish image. Next, drag the jellyfish into the created space. The jellyfish image is now in the right area, but now we need to reposition it and make it the right size. As you position the image, notice the pink snap lines that appear on the canvas. These are designed to make it clear how the element aligns to others. They originate from every element's edge and middle. Convertri will automatically snap an element to the main pink lines when you move it close enough. This feature can be turned off using the Display menu, if required. The thickness of the margin of this main line is 10 pixels, which supports the making of gutters or staggered layouts. Use the snap lines to align the jellyfish image with the right edge of the element above, then shift resize the image until it also aligns on the left side. Step 6. How adding new elements affects the mobile view. So let's select Mobile on the top bar to see how our changes have affected the mobile view of this page. So as we can see, the default text style has been applied to the mobile view just as it was on the desktop. The company logo, since it was simply exchanged with the old one, is exactly where it should be. However, the jellyfish was an entirely new element and not attached to any existing containers, so the mobile algorithm has simply stacked it among the other elements in the order in which it was encountered. In this case, this means the jellyfish is not at all where we want it. We'll look at an efficient way to correct this in the next step. Step 7. Moving sections of the page using Shift Drag. So let's fix the position of this jellyfish image on the mobile page using two new tools, Shift Drag and Remove Whitespace. We could make room for the jellyfish image in the container by using Shift Resize on the container. In this case, it would be the most efficient option. But there may be instances when you want to move many elements downwards together and there is no element above that you wish to enlarge. So let's learn a good tool for these cases, Shift Drag. Hold down Shift while dragging the dark grey footer downwards. Notice how all the elements above are unchanged, but the jellyfish moves downwards to match, as would all the elements below on a more complex page. Move it downwards quite generously. Next, lengthen the container enough to generously contain the jellyfish image, and drag the image inside. If at any time you want to undo your work on the mobile view, click on Remobilize in the top toolbar to run the mobile algorithm again and put all the elements back in their default places. Step 7. Moving sections of the page using Remove Whitespace. Now it only remains to get rid of the extra empty space in the container and above the footer. Again, Convertri has a useful tool for this, Remove Whitespace. So with the jellyfish image selected, click on Remove Whitespace button on the Quick Actions toolbar. Notice how the image moves up to just beneath the next element in the container.
This will bring the footer up with it. If there's a gap between the bottom of your container and the footer, select the footer and choose Remove Whitespace again. The footer will move upwards to close the gap. Congratulations, you have completed Module 1. Switch off element outlines, save your changes and admire your work. You now know how to edit templates to create your own pages. You may wish to compare your work to the finished example page, Template Page Complete, which is also contained in the Module 1 funnel.